How's it going, everybody? My name is Lucian. Today's video, we're going to be continuing our home lab series. This time we're going to be installing Portainer. It's pretty easy to do. You will need Docker installed, so if you haven't seen the last video in the series about us installing Docker, go ahead and watch that now, then come back to this video. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. It's pretty easy. So we're going to connect to our server. Again, I use Tabby, so we're just going to open that up real quick. All right, now that I am connected, we are going to use the official documentation for Portainer. I am recommending following the documentation because if things change in the future, you can always refer back to the documentation to help you get this installed. So it's literally like two commands here. Super simple. So we're going to click this little copy thing right here to copy this so we can create a volume, and go back to Tabby, and we're going to right click to paste and then hit enter. And then we're going to go back here and copy this command right here. Go back to our Tabby and paste and hit enter. This will pull down the Docker container and it will run it. And this will give us a nice clean web interface for us to control our Docker containers, to make it easier for people who maybe don't want to be in the command line. I mean, you can still do everything here in the command line in the terminal, because as you can see here, if we do a Docker PS, we can see our Portainer running. We can manage it just like this, like how we are now, but with that running on port 9443, we can now go to, let's say so we're going to do 192.168.1.50, 9443. And then, of course, this doesn't actually have a certificate on it, but it uses HTTPS. So we're going to need to click advanced in my case and hit proceed. And then here, this is us setting up our account. So for the account name, you can put whatever you want. Your password doesn't need to be at least 12 characters long, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Make sure you use your own super secure password. Once that's done, I don't want to send anonymous data to Portainer, so I'm going to uncheck that. If you feel like sending them anonymous information, go ahead and leave that checked. We're going to hit create user, and then we're pretty much done. I'm going to close that. We're going to hit get started. And then this is our local environment right here. So if we click on that, click on container, you can see we have Portainer, which is running in its own container within Docker. And that's it. I mean, with this done, we now have the foundation laid for our home lab, and then we can build everything on top of this. So one thing I do want to do is, if we go to templates here, we have some templates provided by Portainer. However, there's this GitHub with this link, and I have a link down to the GitHub down below. But if we copy this link and then go back to our Portainer, click on settings, and then right here where it says app template, and then we have the URL. If we just paste that URL we just got from that GitHub and save application settings, go back to our applications, and now instead of 8 pages, we have 55 pages. We have a ton of new templates. So not everything I'm going to be installing here. So, I mean, I definitely want to encourage you guys to look around for whatever you might want. I mean, you can literally host there's so much stuff in here. I mean, you have to look around. Some of it might, be useless to you, but, let's say you wanted to host Blender, you can click on that. You have to scroll back up here. Then you have all the stuff for Blender. You select the network, bridge. You'll select, you'll type in your time zone, do your time zone, and then you simply just hit deploy. Some of these things take a while to load. It just really depends on how big the container is. So you might end up waiting a while, but I definitely encourage you to look around in here. You might find something that you like. For example, you know, if you like reading books, you know, there's a book stack in here that you can go in and host all like your book files. I encourage you to look around, play around, figure things out. That's gonna be another video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.